Hi everyone, Kyle Wright coming at you with another video log in our accident series. So when I was in law school, I had a professor and he said, someday all of you will graduate law school and most of you will pass the bar. And when you become attorneys, you will go to fancy cocktail parties where people will come up to you with their champagne and they will ask you legal questions and you will know the answers because you paid attention in my class. Now he was a really funny teacher, and I will say, now that I'm an attorney, I don't ever go to fancy cocktail parties. But the one thing he was right about is I do get asked legal questions all the time. And one question that I get asked repeatedly is, when someone's injured, why should they get an attorney? Can't they just settle that themselves? Well, the answer is a very simple no, except in rare cases. And I tell them, when you hire an injury attorney, it's typically taken in a fee sharing agreement. So the attorney is only getting paid by a percentage of what you get or what they recover for you. So it's always good to consult with an attorney because you're not paying them at the initial consult. And I will tell clients that if you truly don't have a case that I can't get you more value after you've paid me than you could just get on your own, then I'll advise you of that. And I've had cases before where clients will come in, it's a simple fender bender, maybe they weren't really injured or they just went for one routine checkup at the ER. In that case, they're probably going to get a couple $100 maybe of pain and suffering, especially if there's hardly any bills. I can't necessarily add value to that case. But for any case where there's any kind of treatment, any kind of physical therapy or follow-ups, or if there's ever a broken bone, you need to hire an attorney. And I'm going to go quickly through a few reasons why that is. The first reason is I sue people, you don't. The insurance companies and the defense counselors know this. They know that I will file the complaint. I can take a deposition. I file motions and we do discovery and we do all that stuff. If you are a non-attorney, you're not going to be able to do all that. And if you can, you're not going to be able to do it well. So right away, there's no threat of actually going to a trial when someone's doing it themselves. And if they do, they're going to be significantly outmatched going against a litigation attorney on the defense side. So right off the bat, the company's not going to take you seriously. The second thing is I have experience knowing how to maximize your case. This is where you want to make sure you're actually going to a personal injury attorney and not just a random attorney when you're injured. There's certain points that you want to make when you're dealing with one of these cases to make somebody's case more valuable. Those are the things that I have in my tool belt that you as a non-attorney just doesn't have. The next thing is, typically, soon as an attorney comes onto a case that is a known attorney to the insurance company or the defense counsel, the offers will immediately go up. So I've had 3 different cases where somebody has tried to negotiate their case on their own, and they've called me and they said, hey, would you be willing to look over my settlement offer and just tell me if it's a good deal? So I'll meet with them and I'll look at it. And in each of these circumstances, I can confidently tell them, no, I would be getting you significantly more than this. Why are you settling for this amount? And then they hit me up with I have to pay you a third, and that's going to take a lot of my settlement away, which they're not wrong. But I think what they're not realizing, and when we sit down and we look at the numbers, after I take my third, they're still typically, and in each of these cases, we're significantly better off than had they settled this on their own. One case in particular, I had a gentleman that the statute of limitations was about to run. So you have 2 years which to either settle or file suit to preserve the claim. He was about a week out from that 2-year point. He said he fought back and forth with the insurance company and he was so proud he got up to $2,200. That's what they were going to pay him for pain and suffering. Well, I looked at his case and his bills weren't huge, but I told him that's too low. And if you hire me, I can confidently tell you I'll get you more. If not, we'll file suit. And I think a jury would give you more. So I got on board. I made a phone call to the insurance company. I looked over his medical bills and did a really quick summary. And about 2 days later, we had settled his case for $10,000. Now, it wasn't a huge case by any means. My fee was 1/3 for the time that I spent on the case, so I got paid a little over $3,000. And then he took a little under $7,000 in his pocket. 2 days prior, he was thrilled to be walking with $2,200. So that's just a little example, a small example of how getting an experienced personal injury attorney will immediately add value to your case. The other thing that I want to say is when clients do that, when they try to settle it themselves and then come to the attorney, they've typically taken several missteps. First of all, I would never, ever let a client talk to the insurance company or the opposing counsel. They will take the statements you make, they will use them against you. They will trick you. They will take simple statements as innocuous as, how are you doing today, Mr. Smith? And you say, oh, I'm doing well. I've had insurance adjusters bring that up later that, well, when I talked to Mr. Smith the day after the accident, he said that he was doing well. Well, he couldn't have been doing well. He had a broken leg. I mean, that's merely a salutation. That's a greeting. But those are the lengths the insurance company will go to try to make you look like you're trying to take advantage of them, like you're trying to be greedy. So I guess my biggest takeaway from this is, even in a simple case, if you think it's a straightforward case, oh, I'm injured, I can get this on my own, or maybe I'm significantly injured and the limits are low, I can just get this myself, I don't need an attorney. You need to always talk to an attorney. So all this is a way to tell you, if you are injured in an accident, please talk to a personal injury attorney. And we are happy at Wright to talk with you free of charge about your injury case if you or a loved one has one. Thank you, and be safe out there.